Yo, what's going on? It's someone that's no one here, and today we're starting a new series. So, as I'm making this intro, I'm already pretty inebriated on some downers, as the title should say. But what are those downers? Because you gotta watch this shit to figure out. So, the downers include for this first episode of either, I'm probably gonna call it intoxicated discussions or inebriated discussions. Basically, for this series, we're just gonna be off the shits, basically fucked up in some sort of way. It doesn't have to be all the way necessary, but some significant way is what I'm saying. And basically, we're just gonna be talking about a few things, and it's not necessarily going to be about the high itself. It's gonna be more about me being high and trying to make a commentary and just kind of talk and just see how it goes, how it's different. And I'm sure this is going to get really interesting with how we are just going to have these discussions on just all these different substances, and we can see the effect that each substance has, I guess, on commentaries or discussions. So, alright, you're probably wondering, what the fuck are you on, bro? Hydrocodone, 20 milligrams. That's a first, right? DPH, that's a classic on this channel. I know a lot of you guys love that shit, mainly for the story, but DPH, not a crazy amount. I ain't fucking tripping off of it. 50 milligrams to combo with the hydrocodone. And then I am also drinking currently, I just started drinking this like 15 minutes ago, passion flower tea, another downer that just kind of gets me more tired. And then finally, to top the cake, and a must I should say, is marijuana. I just smoked a bowl right before the video. So, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little more talkative this way, I guess. But let's actually just dive into this video and let's see how this goes. So the first thing I did want to talk about was somewhat psychotic related, well, very psychotic related, and that is the all-nighters. The all-nighter. Okay, so the all-nighter, I mean, I'm sure most of you have done it. I guess, I don't know actually, but I'm pretty sure most people have done it at some point in their lives, whether they were, I did it first because I was a fucking little kid and just wanting to stay up fucking late for whatever reason. Now I'm just like chilling as hell. And I just feel like it would be a common thing. Maybe you're cramming for something, or maybe you're just, turning up all fucking night and you just say, fuck it, it's the next day already, right? But I wanted to get into the effects of all-nighters a little bit, and I'm not aiming for this to be very informative, just keep in mind. But when you do pull an all-nighter, especially long term, it really does have a negative impact on your brain. So white matter in your brain changes, and the synaptic fucking tongue full. The synaptic networks start to degrade, and all in all, like that really does determine, your performance, and your brain structure is important, and it should be ideally, the healthiest it could be, right? And then like your genes can get altered and whatnot. So there's just a lot of negative things about pulling an all-nighter, and that you probably shouldn't be doing it on a regular basis. And it can just give you some ideas of, what am I actually doing by not sleeping tonight, and how is this affecting me, and how I'm just groggy as fuck anyways when into the next day. So it's like shit. But that's one thing I wanted to talk about. The next thing I want to talk about is kind of more of a global thing, and that's some of the environmental issues as of recent. So if you guys don't know, President Trump did rewrite the Endangered Species Act, and he did this mainly for cost reasons and land development. And in a capitalistic world, I think, yeah, that's probably what you want to do. But in a world that we live in with finite resources, I think it's a really different fucking thing right there, man. First off, you're fucking a bunch of species over. Second off, you're fucking up the environment over, and all that leads to us getting fucked over in the long run. Like I said, in a capitalistic world with infinite number of resources, that's what you want to keep doing. Expanding and whatnot, and trying to build more productiveness out of this space is what I think his intentions is. But man, dude, it's just fucking up the planet and the climate change is in the shitter, really. It really just is fucking terrible, man. I love the fucking environment. I love the world. I love this planet because it's our only fucking one right now. Maybe we'll have to go to Mars or something in like 40, 50 years. Probably shorter than that. Maybe shorter than that, hopefully. I mean, the thing is, we should be fixing our planet, not necessarily going to other planets and just kind of humanize them and then take all the finite resources of that planet and so on and so forth until we just basically fuck ourselves over. I think that's more likely to happen, though, before any like large space travel or some shit like that actually becomes a thing. So the third topic I guess I wanted to talk about, this is a more general thing that I heard from, I guess I want to say the community, my YouTube channel community specifically, and also I guess you can say the drug community as a whole, and just concerns by a lot of people, I should say, and that's taking drugs at a young age. Whether is it feasible or not? Honestly, I want to say no for the short answer, mainly because you're still growing as a person. And if I were to take 14, if I was 14 and I were to take some acid, 13, whatever, I feel like it may be a helper in some way in your development as a person, but then again, maybe it's not. I think people like to reach for that idea and hope that these drugs actually develop us, but I don't want to say anything set in stone. That's why I'm saying no for people taking drugs at a very young age, because we aren't necessarily sure if this is going to be a positive thing, let alone be it a positive thing in our development into adults. Because I do know people, they do regret taking drugs at a young age. Maybe I shouldn't have been doing Molly every other weekend that last summer when I was fucking 14, 15, whatever it is. And I just have people their moods are different. They it's a much more easier to form an addiction that way, and I think the temptations are much more stronger than they would be if you were an adult and you were able to handle it off better for the most part. So yeah, that's the discussion. I mean, some quick thoughts, some opinions. I do feel a little bit more talkative. I feel kind of more just relaxed and chilled, if you are wondering, and words are just kind of spilling out of me right now. But for the most part, yeah, I'm decent. Probably gonna hit the hay, get some sleep here in a minute, and call it a day. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys would want to see more of this, we're probably going to get on some weird other combo or something more obscure, just to set ourselves or set the series aside from what our main focus is, and that's mainly singular drugs, I guess, for my personal content as of late. But we'll be getting more combos too later on. But again, if you have any suggestions, want to see more of this, let me know. It's been your boy, Someone That's No One, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.